Hey folks, how's it going? I'm back once again with a quick vid, and this time we're talking about the newest movie from Illumination called Sing 2. And I'm not reviewing it because of the reasons you think I am, though I have to say, I did some research. I was hanging with my friend of mine, and I was like, wow, this girl character, the wolf girl, she's really making the rounds on websites. And for the sake of studies, of science, we went to a certain website to see the results, like as far as how many submissions of this character there are on this site. For those who know, you know. And we're like, whoa, she blew away the competition.
Hey, phrasing!
The numbers that were there for Sing 1, minuscule. For Sing 2 though, wow, her presence really boosted the franchise on this website. I'm being so cryptic with my thoughts. Again, for those who know, you know. All right, so Sing 2 is from Illumination. And Illumination to me is one of those animation studios where they know their demographic. They're not out to really make outstanding art. They're not trying to blow your mind. They are normie. They know that their content is pretty simple, and it is to keep parents and their kids happy. Sing 1, of course, was a big hit. Secret Life of Pets came out in 2016 along with it. Both those movies did quite well. And I think where Sing 1 made like $600 million at the box office, and then Secret Life made like $800 million. And these movies aren't that expensive. Like, they're made with the objective of keeping it relatively cheap. Illumination's like, we're not Disney, we're not Pixar, we're not trying to blow your minds or dump tons of money into our brand. We're making simple, effective movies. And they're normie. Enjoy. Where folks go after Disney, saying like, you guys are doing it for more business reasons, you lack any heart or like conviction when it comes to art or whatever. It's like, no. I mean, they're not perfect and they've made mistakes and they will make mistakes in the future. But like Illumination's the one where it's like, oh no, we're in a business. We're gonna make some money. We're the ones who phoned it in as far as like, oh, we're playing to your hearts, moms. Isn't it so hard to be a mom with kids? Wow. Look at the pig mom. She's got 50 children in this movie. Can't you relate? Buy our merch. Now I'm just aimlessly bitching about Illumination. Let's continue. I'll focus here on Sing 2. So Sing 1, actually, let's do a quick recap for that. The movie synopsis, a bunch of anther animals. You got Matthew McConaughey.
Table for Matthew Hamada.
He's a koala with this theater. And he's trying his best to keep the place running, to afford it. He's very, like, frugal. Well, not frugal, I guess, on the fringe as far as trying to keep the place from collapsing financially and literally. And he decides to put on a competition for singing and dancing, hence the name of the movie, Sing. And you just find a bunch of riffraff characters like Porcupine Girl. You can sing rock and roll, and you're so alternate, like alt-rock. You're so special. Pig Mom, yeah, you can sing too. Seth MacFarlane Mouse, you gotta sing. You gotta sing Frank Sinatra. And of course, there's the gorilla guy whose father spoils the movie in the first trailer within like 10 seconds of him like, how'd I end up with a son like you? And then it jumps forward like 10 seconds later and he's like, that's my son. And it's like, what the hell? What's the point of the trailer? He goes, well, I digress. I bitch a lot. I can go on probably like for half an hour about my issues with Sing. But to bring it back in, and here's the part that kind of surprises me, is that I think Sing 2 was an improvement. It worked the angle of almost like an X Factor, or I don't watch these shows, but I know about these mainstream singing shows like in Eurovision, I think, or X Factor or American Idol, stuff like that, where it's like a big old, actually, I don't even think it was a competition. That's the wrong analogy. Like these big mega shows putting on performances, like a lot of folks love that. I am not a fan, but like, it's actually kind of wild now that I think about it, where I thought it would be more like an American Idol or some kind of like, we have to put on a show and compete. There was no competition. It was just a big show in like Vegas, and that's it. They're doing it to like, because like the Matthew McConaughey koala is like, I'm pissed off because my little studio is no longer good enough. I want to do the big leagues. And it's like, you just won your studio in the last movie. Now you're moving on to another one. I say studio, your stage, your theater. The entire like reason why he's taking all of his singers, except for like the Seth MacFarlane mouse, he left. I think he's dead. I think he died in the first movie. But like they're going off to Vegas to like perform, and God, now I'm going in circles with my thoughts. And I apologize. This is a quick vid, so it's not as refined as my other videos, if you can call those refined. But ultimately, as I'm watching this movie, I find myself thinking this story's kind of weak, kind of pointless, but the interactions with the characters, I prefer them more. They're not as obnoxious or as, except for the elephant. The elephant girl is like, I got a crush on the ice cream man. She literally does. Because each of the main characters from the first movie are paired up with another character from Vegas, where like the pig girl, the pig mom, has to put up with this wolf girl who's like the daughter of some evil producer who's like, I want my money. Where's my money? I'm a wolf. Then you got like this cougar girl, a bobcat, trying to teach, oh God, what's his name? The gorilla guy how to sing and dance or whatever. How to dance. He can sing. He needs to dance though. The elephant girl is paired up with like this buffalo handsome boy. And she's like, I don't like him. He's a jerk. I have to pretend he's the elephant ice cream man so I can get over my fears. I like the second movie more than the first because it felt more interesting to see these characters out of their element in a different place. But the reason why they're there to begin with Matthew McConaughey or whatever, felt dumb to me. It's like, okay, you're here. I guess moving forward, it's okay. But the reason why you're here to begin with just feels dumb. And of course, this is one of those movies where it's like the big Hollywood actors who aren't voice actors. They're actors known for live action, and then they're given voice acting, like Nick Offerman. He's in the movie as like one of the pigs. And actually, he's okay. He's not a bad voice actor. But like the casting to me, like Scarlett Johansson as the porcupine girl, I'm like, I could take it or leave it. I don't think she's really doing anything outstanding, but whatever. I think I laughed out loud when my friend told me this. He's like, that's, oh God, who's the guy? 'Cause I still haven't found what I'm looking for. God, it's Bono. Bono's in the movie. And it's so weird because he plays like this gruffy line who's like, I can't sing no more because my wife is dead. Spoilers. And then like he's got this really gritty voice, but then when he sings, it sounds completely different from his like talking voice. I'm like, well, that's kind of a weird, that's a weird contrast. So the animation, it's not bad. It's illumination. It's serviceable. Nothing to blow your mind. Nothing where you feel like you're being like let down necessarily. Some of the designs of the characters feel odd to me, where I'm like, I don't know if I really, because in 2016 when Sing came out, I'm like, I was a bit more harsh on it because Zootopia came out in 2016. Zootopia felt inspired. I loved the designs, the story, the characters, the exchanges, the entire arc of these characters and what Judy and Nick are going through and the undertones and the themes of the movie. While Sing to me felt so superficial, and Sing 2 feels that way also a bit, but just slightly improved. And you know what? If you're going to make a trilogy, maybe you should go to the path of like an actual competition where like the characters have to go through a bracket and they like fail along the way and they all don't win at the end. Because I get sick of that, where they're like, we're all friends and we're all gonna win because we're a family.
You'll always be with me. And you'll always be my brother.
Right, Seth MacFarlane mouse who died in the last movie. I was actually really bummed that he wasn't in the sequel. I was like, oh, he was sassy. I liked him. He was a son of a bitch and he was fun. So I guess ranting and my unrefined thoughts, I think the movie wasn't necessary. It's typical Illumination to say, make a sequel. If something succeeds for them, make a sequel. It's just gonna happen. And they'll probably make a third one too, because this one made its money back and then some. And that's during COVID time, so keep that in mind. So that just goes to show you how Illumination's very good with their production pipeline of making movies. They're done with a limited budget with the potential of maximizing their gains, and they're very good at it. And the movies are serviceable, like C+ or B-. That's how I feel. B- on the best of days, C- on average with a D if they're really dropping the ball. Because I don't hate Minions and I don't hate Secret Life of Pets. They just feel kind of like, it's a movie. It's a movie. It's whatever. Because I remember like watching Minions with my nephew a few years ago, and he was laughing and he was jumping around having a good time. I'm like, that's fine. See, I have to keep that in mind that I'm like some grown man child, so I can't be too harsh on these movies where parents and their kids are having a good time. But as far as being critical, it's like, there's issues and they can improve if they want, but they won't because they want to keep going with what works for them with their movies, the cost and the way they're received financially, of course, and then critically. So that's just my opinion about Sing 2. And hey, at least we got the furry girl, the with her Jersey accent, kind of. Hey, I'm gonna walk here and I wanna jump in the sky because my dad's a producer. Oh my God, what the fuck am I talking about? Do not look up those websites. Do not.